I say, how y'all doing today? How are you doing today? I am your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, the best film writer and director in St. Louis. Facts, award-winning published author, actor, journalist, actor, business owner, nominated music artist, Lacey G. Souldier Turner. And today I have a special guest with me. I already know one of the greatest singers to ever grace the face of the earth. You already know she done made hit after hit after hit. Y'all done seen her, and she's back in full effect. We got the amazing, wonderful, talented Felecia Krystal Kleer. How you doing? Welcome to the platform today.
Hey, thank you. I'm doing awesome. How about yourself?
Oh man, I've been doing great. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about and some juicy stuff too. We gonna get to it though. We gonna get to it. We're gonna walk them in slow. So my first question to you is, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Maywood, Illinois. I'm a Chi-Town baby.
Okay, from the Chi. Okay. You ain't far from the loop. Right? Let the people know how your upbringing was.
My upbringing was pretty cool. Middle class, suburbs. Then, my parents got a divorce. Then we went to Chicago. Then it kind of got a little strange, going from two-parent household to a one-parent household. It gets a little different. But other than that, I have a big loving family, tight knit, so pretty cool.
So how was Chicago, right now, they saying Chicago, they call it Chirac. How was Chicago back then when you was coming up?
The same.
It was still all the gangs and all that.
Yeah, the same. It ain't changed.
Okay, so look, how let the people know, how did you get into music?
I got into music. Really, my family is musical. My father sung, my mother sung, my grandparents sung. My uncles had their band. BB King is related to us down the line. And I just started singing. My parents said I started rearranging records at 2 years old.
How you doing that? You were singing at church?
Singing it and changing the words and changing the melodies, and yeah, at 2.
Okay. So gotta ask this question, before we get into the juicy stuff. How did you meet Layzie Bone up in this?
I met him actually. This is funny because I met him a couple times before we actually met. If that makes sense, because I was doing shows, going to different concerts and stuff, and he tried to holler at me a couple times. So, when we talked about it, he don't really remember.
He had you now. He's like, I don't remember that.
He didn't remember because I was shooting him down. I was like, please. That's how it really happened. Because back then I was a real, Bible girl, and yeah, so the smoking and the drinking and all that, I was like, never,
No, you're a thug. Your name is Thug. Bone Thugs. Now, was he was they bone then, or was they coming up then?
They were bone.
Okay. Also they was already Bone Thugs and already all that type of stuff before the band-aids and all that. So did you have a record deal before you met him, or was you just doing shows around town?
I've actually never had a record deal, period. So I was singing with Swab House. I was contemplating a situation with them. With MJG, 8 Ball, Tony Draper, G Wallace. Yeah.
What happened with that?
Nothing really. The label was going through some changes. Yeah.
Okay. So all right, let me growing up hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Let's get into it up in this book. You say you woke up one day, booyah, saw the Layzie Bone was having a baby and all this type of stuff. Y'all been married for like 23 years and all this type of stuff. Go ahead and break it down. I'm gonna give you the floor to tell the people what happened, you know what I'm saying, from beginning to end. Go ahead, break it down.
Well, Wait, it's so many different stories. You wrapped it all.
Start from the beginning. Start from the beginning. Let them know. I'm gonna let you go.
About the babies,
Before we get into that, so where do you feel the breaking point started? You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all got kids, everything. Where do you feel the breaking point started? Where y'all started doing the disconnect started?
When I found out he was a liar and a cheater. Yeah, I'm very loyal. Like, I gave him plenty opportunities to say what it really was, and every time, I left a couple times, he would come back, come grab me, show up where I am, and beg, me, letting me know he wanted his family. It was a lot. It was a lot of different occasions. So the breaking point just started when, I just really knew that he was going to stay a cheater.
Okay, what was the first time you found out? How did you find out?
The very first time I found out, I think the girl called me the very first time, and then he denied it. So, and then we would go to different DNA tests, and they were negative, and he was always able to say, "See, I told you that wasn't, they were just a crazy fan," and blah, blah, blah. So that happened for a long time.
So he wanted to make you feel like he was
crazy.
Like you was crazy. He was like
narcissist, the gaslighting, yes, all of that.
Yeah. So when did you like, okay, because you said you came back a couple times, So when did you
right on into this?
Yeah, we finna talk about it. So we got a lot. We gonna talk about a lot of the great stuff too, but I want to go ahead and get this stuff out the way up in this piece. So okay, so
tell no lies. Okay,
I said exactly. You said you gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it a buck on this mug all the way through. Okay, so okay, you said you came back a couple times. When did you start really getting tired?
I was really tired because he would not stop drinking. He's an alcoholic. When he is intoxicated, he's a very different being. It's a lot with that. He's been through rehab. The family been through rehab with him about 4 times, and I was just tired because I couldn't grow. The kids weren't growing. We weren't growing. We were always take one step forward and then a million back. He was always preoccupied with his friends, with everybody else instead of the family. So my breaking point was, okay, I'm trusting you to go out here and do what you got to do for the family, but you're really not. And then on top of that, you're taking out the pot instead of putting back.
So let me say, so you don't feel like, so you feel like he wasn't actually doing business. You feel like he was just out there doing a thing, basically.
Yeah, majority of the time.
Okay.
Which I find it so hard to believe. When I heard the little segment, she said, I left my husband because he's an alcoholic and a cheater and multiple baby mamas and this and this and this, but then you go collect another one. So I just make that make sense.
Has he always been like a drinker when you first met him, or and what did it start getting worse as the years started going?
Well, for me not coming from that environment, I didn't recognize it. So it took me a long time to learn what alcoholism is and abuse. So, because a lot of people are like, well, you knew how he was when you met him. I did, but I didn't.
So it is crazy for just to hear this, because like Crazy Bone and Layzie Bone was my favorite too. So just it's like you never know the person, you never know the behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's like, hey, we know, we see what's on the surface. You know what I'm saying? We never just see. So, did y'all decide to finally leave, or how did the growing up hip hop stuff start? Did they try to get you attached to it, or?
I knew nothing about it. We were already separated. We're not divorced yet. I found out through my kids that they were doing growing up hip hop. And then I just found it really hilarious how the storyline was Sequoia was your goddaughter or something. I never knew her.
You ain't never, so hold on, wait a minute. You never knew, you never knew that?
No, I've talked to Tiny probably twice over the phone years ago. But I had an issue with that because I found, some footage that they were messing around in our marriage.
You found some footage? Hold on, wait a minute. What footage did you find?
Oh, yeah. So that whole storyline is no. I was pretty shocked about the storyline. Then, because I sat back and I was like, okay, well, how are they going to really play that? You're still married. I don't know if she's still married, but I definitely know he is. I was just like, how are they going to play that? I kept telling my kids, you're the manager, you're the this, but clearly, you guys are a thing, an item. And so that.
So he had been talking to her for a while, huh? So let me rewind back. So how did y'all like separate? When was the separate? Like, hey, look, it's over. We finna separate. I can't do this no more. What was that boiling point?
The separation started probably in 2019. It was a big confusion. We were in a big house. Everybody was there, and it was just I was seeing if I can really cope with the newest child. That was our probation period. We knew because initially I was like, it's over. I want a divorce and blah, blah, blah. So he was like, well, let's see if we can work on it. The manager was trying to talk to me. Let's work on it. We grow together. And so everybody was telling me, let's work on it. But nobody was really caring about my feelings. Yeah. Work on it for business, but there was never no business for me or my kids. So anyway, that was a trial period to see if we can mend it. But through that, I just kept seeing him do the same routine. And then, like I said, I found out that they were really messing around. So that's what pretty much nipped that in the bud, because I was like, you don't want to change. You just want to keep wasting my time.
So did he have multiple? So did he had other babies outside of the marriage?
He has 2 that I know of. Now I've heard he have several, but I don't know. He didn't have any before me, so.
That's crazy. I never understood why, like, certain celebrities, like, it's bad. It's bad that you are, stepping out on your wife, but why not use protection if you do it up in this book,
And that was one of the biggest problems. Like, you not even caring about the safety of you nor me. So, or the children, the kids got to hear this. The kids have to adjust to this madness too.
So how do the kids feel about it?
I believe they're through the trauma phase. So trauma has different phases that you go through. So initially they went through, we don't want to hear, we don't want to know that, we don't know nothing about that and don't want to know. And, so now that they're a little older, it's funny because my son, he had met his little daughter.
I know that's crazy for you to say.
It's still crazy.
Yes.
It was a madhouse during that period too, because me and her was getting into it, and then she swore up and down that I was the one on the web antagonizing her.
What? That's crazy.
Swear up and down, but the funny thing is, it was never me. It was who he's with now. In a whole nother, I think her name was Cynthia Banks, a whole nother alias, just antagonizing this girl and letting them blame me, and I'm the innocent bystander. So yeah.
Crazy. So how did you feel? So I guess you basically felt I mean, you heard about the baby like everybody else on Growing Up Hip Hop, right? Is that how you found out?
Oh no, I heard about the baby through her during the pregnancy. This
Oh
is the mess.
wow! Oh my God!
I
Wow!
heard it through her. She Facebooking me, and I was just like, oh well. And she was like, it's something I want to tell you. Your husband has a baby in the oven. No, has a bun in the oven. And I was like, what? And she was like, call me. So initially he denied, and I don't even know who that is. She crazy and blah, blah, blah. Then he said it was just a one night stand after, the baby came. Well, it was a one night stand. I was so drunk, I don't know, blaming alcohol. Then we had to go through the whole DNA thing. It was, I went through so many
You can
emotions.
start your own TV show.
So many emotions with that situation. Because I love kids. I love all kids. And I initially was like, you know what? I'm never gonna make you not be with a child, but you just won't be with me. You can go do your thing, be the daddy or whatever. But as far as forcing that on me, no. That was this is not a surrogate situation, because that's how it was presented, the last situation. Like, this is surrogate. And I'm like, is everybody crazy? Am I the crazy one?
Like, am I the crazy one?
But I was like, this is not a surrogate. I had nothing to do with those decisions. So, I don't have to deal with that. But if you want to, you going over there, and that's gonna be you.
So how do the other members of Bone, do you talk to the other members of Bone? How do they feel about the situation?
I haven't talked to anybody. I haven't talked to anybody since this separation. And we were never really like close like that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? With the families, we tried to be, but everybody's doing their own thing all the time. So, I wished it was different, that the kids would grow up together, but it was just never that way, because it was too much internal stuff going on with them. But I got it in the book.
So, man, what do you want the people to know? Like you said, we see on the surface. What do you want them to know about them, though? Like, period.
About who?
Layzie Bone.
Ooh. First of all, I'm gonna clear up that WeTV, Growing Up Hip Hop, that BS is a bunch of mess. I don't know how reality TV is supposed to work, but I guess it's supposed to be the truth. And if it's not, then let me know. But as far as that being the truth, no.
But so for the people who don't know, what are you talking about? Because some people probably like, I ain't watching. What's she talking about?
They didn't just fall into a friendship, develop this. Like I said, I do have video of her summoning my then husband down up to the room. So I do have receipts on that. Well in our marriage. A couple years ago. So as far as that, and then we used to kind of get into it, because he used to tell me that she was just the manager of one of the artists. But then I would see all kind of little back and forth stuff that didn't match. So I'm trying not to say too much, because I got a lot to say in my book.
Okay. Look, it's gonna make the people want to read it now. When they hear this, they go like, oh yeah, I gotta read.
Yeah, but as far as the image that he's trying to portray as being a good father, a good husband, good guy, I'ma just look like, because you did some shady shit. Excuse my French. You did some shady shit. So
you feel like you gave him all, like you gave him all your years of your life, and
I don't respect anybody that claims to look out for family and don't look out for family. For me, family is everything. Family is really number one for me. So I don't respect nobody, not female or male, that don't look out for family.
See that? So you gonna come out with an Usher, like a Usher book, confessions up in this piece? These are my confessions. No.
So I'm not really like just stuck on that situation because I moved on. But I am gonna air it out what needs to be.
That'll be like, it's like healing. It'll be like a healing thing for you. So I know.
Yeah.
All right. So before we move on, is there anything else you want to say about that issue? Before we move on.
About what issue?
I mean, about Layzie Bone. Is there anything else you want the public to know before you put it in your book? Anything else?
That I probably say that for the second interview. It's a whole lot.
Okay. Oh yeah. This is only the first one. Yeah.
We want you to stay tuned, but it's a whole
the
lot.
First one. Hey, look, and we go. And look, she's gonna do her own podcast. So yeah, I'll be ready for that after this one.
There you go.
All right, let's get into some of this.
So this is what I want to say too.
Go ahead.
We're gonna talk about some situations on the podcast about the artists not really taking care of their kids for real. Why these kids are out here feeling less than because the pressure of outsiders. Well, why is, if your family is this, why don't you have this? Why this? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you in a better situation? So that's one thing we really have to address because I'm all for the kids.
Hey, y'all better get ready for this podcast. We don't know the name of it yet, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be coming. It's gonna be dope. But I think you got a lot of knowledge. You know, you've been through a lot of stuff too. So I think you're gonna help a lot of people. You know, especially with the situations that you're gonna talk about. On the serious note, I really believe that for real.
I want to help everybody get through because it's just not women going through narcissistic relationships. It's men too. I just want to help anybody because this is it'll have you thinking you crazy.
Definitely. I feel you.
like you just supposed to accept this stuff. No, you don't. You don't. And I want to help people. You will get over it. You will get through it.
Okay. So let's get into some of this. Let's get into some of this music. First, I want to talk about one of my favorite songs. You know.
Okay.
One of my favorite songs that you did in the past.
Okay.
It's all good up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? That is my favorite track. I be bumping it still to this day. Lately, you've been stressing me about when I'm gonna give you. How did this song come about? I love that song. You a crazy bone, just greatness. How did that come about?
Okay, well, it came about. I was sitting there listening to the beat. It was actually a slow beat at first. It was Disco Rick and I and Felecia, my friend Felecia, in the studio vibing, and I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden, that melody came to me. How I write melody comes to me first. So the melody came, and as I was humming the melody, Felecia was like, "Yeah, oh my God!" Because I always have my family members, one of them or a close friend, tell me, "That's it." So then I wrote the song, laid it down, came back the next day, and it was a total different song.
It was a total different song.
Let me tell you. Okay, so when I first came aboard, I gotta tell you all that story.
Okay.
When I first came aboard, to Mo Thug, I saw that they really didn't have their stuff together. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to give an original song. I'm going to do a remake. And I did Nasty Girl. And Nasty Girl was going to go on that album.
Okay.
And All Good was supposed to be on my album. So I recorded the song, went back to the hotel room, came back in. The song was fast.
It changed the
Crazy was on the song.
Let me listen to your heartbeat. Boom, boom, racing.
So he had flown off to get married. I guess Disco Rick told him, "Hey, you got to hear this song," and da-da-da. He came back, like, I'm getting on the song. And when I came back, he was on the song. And at first I was like, wait, what's happening? But it was so amazing. It's the same way I sung it to the slow beat. And he just made it a fast beat, the Miami beat. And then Craig, yep. So
Yeah.
I was like,
So good,
we
baby. We can get it
it's on
on.
my album.
Hey, you wanna ride crazy bone? No.
Okay.
I love this
We,
stuff.
oh my God, that time was, oh my God. They used to play pranks in the house and everything. It was crazy. I'll tell you about that on another one.
Okay.
But that's how the song came out. And then I was like, that's going to be on my album. So then he came and talked to me. He was like, I really wanted to go on the Mo Thug album. And like I said, the business wasn't really right over there. So that situation kind of got moved without me.
So did you get the royalties still? Because that's what it, hey, that's what it.
Not like
Okay.
I should. Not like I should, because paperwork went in a little different. We're gonna talk about that too.
Okay. Man, we got man, the podcast gonna be lit up. The podcast is going to be lit, man. We finna hear all the inside stuff.
Oh, you can hear it. Oh, I came in the game schooling everybody with the books, because everything you need to know about the music business. I was not playing games. But yeah, we got some stories. But and that's how the record came about, and it was pushed on the album. It was the leading single. Then Craig came to me. He was like, I need you to get on Ghetto Cowboy.
I did you better count your money.
Did the Ghetto Cowboy, and there she wrote. The song took off, and next thing I know, no lie, recorded the song a week. 2 weeks later, Craig was like, we're doing shows in front of 70,000 people.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like one week later.
1 week later. 1 week later. So it went from recording it, coming back to the studio, it's a different song. 1 week later, it was about 2 weeks later, on the stage performing it.
That is crazy.
70,000 people for
crazy.
your first.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Let me talk about one of my other favorite songs. It just became my favorite song tonight. The Love You Left Behind.
Okay.
Where did this man? I'm a hip hop artist too, so I love those songs where you just put your heart on your sleeve. Tell the people about this song. How did that song come about?
Okay, so during our relationship, I would always tell him, your real friends will tell you right from wrong. They're not going to be jock riders, anything you do. I used to step to a bunch of them like, hey, this man got a family. Like, y'all letting him drink, y'all letting him be in cars and shit, unsafe. You know what I'm saying? So I used to tell him, your friends, who you call your friends, not really your friends. Because for one, they'll tell you what's right from wrong. They'll tell you should be home. You know what I'm saying? And they'll tell you your lifestyle is leading to death.
Before you fit, DMX had a line in his song. He was like, be careful of the ones that always want to get you high, because then the time comes they want to let you die.
There you go. There you go. So through our relationship, I would always point out, like, okay, this is that person you should hang with. He never really wanted to hang with the one that was really really his friend. But so anyway, that's where that record stemmed from, and all the the women, they, after this fame shit,
I heard you rewind it. You said, wait a minute, rewind that. What?
Oh yeah. So the TMZ, all of that is real. The very first situation, he told me a day before it was coming on TMZ. I want to sit you down and let you know before you hear it from the world. I have a baby. What? A day before it came on national TV. Well. Then I'm sitting there, okay, how did you know it was coming on TMZ? And you could have did more about that. Like, you want to, like, you craving for attention so bad, I don't even know if you set the shit up. So
that's crazy.
No, I'm just keeping it all the way real. But he told me a day before. So the second situation, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let it out.
I'm laughing now because you making me laugh, but I was pissed.
I know you was.
I'm a Scorpio. I got a temper.
I know that smile was.
Oh my God. I'm like, and then it was in a time where he was trying to push family, but I was like, I'm not going to go out here and lie. Like, we've gotten approached for so many reality shows, but I was like, okay, for one, I got to have control of my situation.
Right.
For two, I'm not going to let you chop and screw anything how you want it, because I'm not going to do that. Second of all, if you want the truth, then we can go all day. And that truth is, you sometimes a monster at home. You're alcoholic that's out of control. So if we want to tell these truths, then I'll do it. But making it seem like it's all good, I'm not going to do that. Because my mission is, we go through things to get to it. And we go through things so that we know how to deal with it when somebody else is going through that. So if I'm sitting here trying to paint a good picture, like my home life was so peachy keen, no, it was hell. It was hell. But I'm still standing by the grace of God, because he didn't put me through some unnecessary BS that I didn't deserve.
I can hear it through that song too.
So that song is about that. It's the love you left behind is going to be the one you need, because I genuinely loved him. I didn't love you like everybody think that it was the fame. No, we've been homeless several times. We've been moneyless several times. You know what I mean? And I rode that shit. You know, it wasn't about shit. I'm still driving around in 2012. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about none of that. Rental houses. We owned one house for 1 year and it was foreclosed on within that year.
Okay.
So it wasn't about the paper. It never was.
I want to ask you about that too. How was, before I forget, how was the Ruthless Records deal?
For me?
No, for Bone and Layzie. Did they finally get their just due or no? From Easy's wife.
I would say were able to get their masters back. They just didn't. And then if you let a time lapse, the label can capitalize on it again. So the sad part about this is it's called music business for a reason. And if you don't know the business and you're all, and the labels love artists to talk about, all I want is to get high and smoke. They love that, because while you get high and smoking and drunk and drugged up, hold out, they collecting that check.
And y'all see that, man, she dropping jewels on y'all.
By the time you wake up, baby, you back on Skid Row. So
I can see you about your business. She's like, look, I can see you as the business woman up in this piece. Like, hey, what's up with them ducats?
but look, we've had drag out. Like, dude, do not step on that stage without your paper. We don't have to wait 2 and 3 a month for a payment. Like, that's not the way it goes.
Facts.
So,
all right. So let me talk about this other, this other song. To me, it's soulful. It gave me that old back in the days 90s vibe. You at the barbecue at the park with your family, happy and successful. And tell me about that song. I love that song. Upbeat. I love the different people on it. How did that come about?
Thank you. Well, actually, my kids did that record.
I love it.
And then I just jumped on it. They asked me to jump on it. We got a couple of different versions, and I got to give them all the credit. My verse, I write. We all write. It's the 5 kids on there. So yeah, man, everybody want to be happy and successful. It's about, we want to get to the good life.
I should come out with an album together.
we didn't put in the work, you know. And I got to be honest, you know, because a lot of people were like, well, why is she not out? I'm just going to keep it all the way real.
I was wondering that.
All the way real. I've been working since day one, developing talent. These kids, I developed them. I did. I'll say this, out of 365 days of the year, I would say, and this is not discredit him because he was working. Working, found time for play, but I was left at home to build, schooled myself and everything. So I forgot the point. I go, it's so much.
We were talking about happy and successful.
It's so much. It's so much I want to get out. But
hey, look, we're gonna save it for the podcast.
The kids wrote the record. They want to be happy and successful. We put in the work. That's where I was going. Because a lot of fans was wondering why I'm not out yet. I've been working. A lot of people would do, she don't want to work. I've been working the whole time. There was never a budget for me.
I was wondering that too, because you always been so dope to me. I was just like,
there's never been a budget.
Making them hits.
Thank you. A lot of songs you hear out, I've helped write those songs. So I've been working, but there's never been a situation for Felecia. I would go out and try to get them, but a certain person would hate on the situation.
Internal. It'd be the ones closest to you.
The one closer to you. My daughter had a whole deal with Snoop Dogg.
She like, I want to tell you.
And Bobby D. And that was shut down on my baby.
Wow. For no reason?
For no reason.
We're going to get into all this. You know what I'm saying?
When you're being financially abused, you know what I mean? See, abuse come in a lot of different forms. You can't, this certain person, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to quit talking to this certain person. I'm trying not to give up all the juice for my book.
Okay.
And what I got going on.
All right.
But you ain't going to be able to box me. I'm from Chicago. You ain't going to be able. So you ain't going to abuse me that way.
We got a Midwest woman up in this piece. So you're doing something interesting though that I do find interesting. Tell the people about the GoFundMe and what you're doing for your music.
Okay, so what I'm doing, for the record, that's my daughter. What I'm doing for the record is doing a GoFundMe. So you just donate to the record. Just donate. I send you a link. You get the record.
Which record is this?
It's gonna be The Love You Left Behind. That's the record.
Talk that stuff. Hey, yeah, make sure y'all know that. Hey, look, the record is bad, dope.
You like it?
Fire. Tell it. Look, I can see women. Not even just women, I can see the men too, but her just riding around the street, just yeah.
That's real, and everything I'm saying in the record is real. It's basically real. I got some more records that's coming.
And do that. Look at that. Donate, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. Donate. Look, we're going to put the cash out. When the article come, I had the cash out right there. So all y'all got to do is click donate, and then y'all get a link up in this piece.
There you go.
I want to talk more too about your kids' music. So I know you said you helped mold them. How long did that take? Did they catch on quick?
Yeah. Everybody catch on quickest in their DNA. They went through acting, so it was different platforms that we were seeking. Acting, modeling, music. I have rappers, I have singers.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. So let me ask you
They
this.
talented. They talented.
So you already you see how you looking right now. So you got to let the people know about the beauty supply, the beauty salon, and all this type of stuff. Go ahead and let them know about your stuff.
Yes, Sandra's Beauty. I named it after my mom. My mom passed in 2018. So I wanted to bless her, put her name in lights because she was a beautiful woman. She made me who I am today. Even in her passing, she has still saved her baby girl. And I just want to help make everybody beautiful with Sandra's Beauty. It's a beauty supply, Black owned. So, for us, by us, I know what you need. I know what you're looking for. And it's our time. We've let a lot of cultures capitalize off of us for a long time. So I'm just giving back.
Okay. What about the body center and the spa?
Woo! Okay, we got a body center and a spa. So if you want your body toy,
she doing it all. Look at that. All of it.
Us. We have every machine. We have 28 machines that will sculpt you, melt the fat. We have tattoo removers, yoni steaming, vagina tightening, breast
Boy, look at it. Y'all gonna
enhancement,
smell good. Y'all gonna look good.
body enhancement, instant six pack. We got it all.
I need that.
And we're like what I'm wearing. You can get it here.
Okay. Y'all see that, boy? Okay. Hey, where is it? Where is this located at, bro?
8145 Cypress Avenue, Fontana, California.
Look, if you're in the Midwest, you're gonna have to fly.
Yeah, come see us.
Flights are cheap. I can find a cheap flight too for this.
Come see us.
Let me ask you this. So you talked about a lot of stuff today, so I don't know what you're gonna say on this question, but what has been your greatest challenge in life on your journey?
Whew, my greatest challenge? I got a lot of challenges through life, but I would say being an artist and a mother and a wife. It has been very difficult to have a mate that really doesn't support you. So that's been a challenge. That was my greatest challenge.
I can see that. What do you think has been your greatest accomplishment?
My family.
I knew you was gonna say that.
My family. I love my family. Be crazy as what? But I love
that we crazy.
And quiet as kept, that's why I tried to hold on to it so long, because I love my family. So yeah.
So what advice would you give to an upcoming singer or a rapper who's trying to break into this industry? You'd have been through it all, you'd have seen it all. What advice would you give them?
Know the business. Right now is the easiest way to become famous, an artist. There's different outlets that we didn't have back in the day. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have. So I would learn the business. That's always going to be my first priority, to tell everyone, learn the business. There's so many ways that you can get paid through this music, but you have to know it. And it's not knowledge is power, it's utilizing the knowledge.
Facts. Look at that. They're going another nugget.
Utilize that knowledge, get the knowledge, utilize it, and push.
See, another nugget for y'all.
Keep good people around you.
Definitely.
Do not get
Definitely.
Don't get no naysayers.
It seems as I started becoming successful, though, I started seeing the fakers and people who I thought was close to me. So I was like, "Dang, this is crazy!" Just turn on you for no reason. It's baffling.
Yeah, so, that fame, that jealousy, that green-eyed monster ain't no joke.
Yes, and then you like, "Dang, I show you love and you do this." It's just crazy after this piece.
Exactly. See, we
So
saying this stuff with a smile right now, but
yes, but hey, we just too smiley. We too smiley people, but we mean what we say.
yeah, yeah, because I didn't see it all in this business.
Yes, but let me ask you this too, since you know you're one of the greatest singers to me. I ain't saying that because you want her.
Thank you.
Who are your top 5 singers of all time?
Whitney Houston.
I knew it. No, the best.
Michael Jackson. Missy Elliott.
That's a surprise.
Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
I want to work with Missy. I've been wanting to work with Missy all my life.
Hold on. Let me call Missy right now.
She's so dope to me. I love Missy Elliott. Then I got one more.
One more.
Let's see. I say Tina Turner.
Okay. That was all great, amazing singers up in this one.
I say Tina because I live Tina's lifestyle and I know what's love got to do with it.
Love got to do.
Wasn't enough time.
So you want eating the cake and I eat this cake and a McDonald's.
You almost made me say something about that cake.
So who are your, leave me out the equation. Who are your top 5 rappers? I know you can't say leave them. No. Who are your top 5 rappers?
Okay. See, I don't want to say the typical. But
say what you feel. It's who you like.
So I'm gonna leave you out the equation then. But
leave me
Tupac.
out. You're too great. No. Pac, that's right. I'm gonna see if you're gonna say mine. Go ahead.
Okay. So Tupac. I like Lil Wayne.
Okay.
J. Cole.
Greatness.
Kendrick Lamar.
Greatness.
Andre 3000.
Greatness. He still ain't saying. How could you not put the God MC?
Let me see.
The best lyrical rapper in the universe.
In the universe?
Lyrical rapper. Lyricism, the best. And I ain't talking about Jay-Z. Come on. You got this.
Okay, I don't know if I said Drake or not, but I like Drake.
I ain't talking about Drake. I like Drake too, but I'm talking about lyrical ability, the best rhymer, and he probably sold more records than anybody. Him and Jay-Z up there. He done sold all the people you name. Look, all the people you name said he.
But y'all gonna kill me for this
too.
one. But I love me some Ye. So
I like Ye. I like Ye. But all the people you name.
Let me tell you why I like the new Ye too.
Go ahead.
Because he's telling y'all everything y'all don't want to hear, but he's telling the truth.
I ain't listened to it to know.
He's telling the truth.
But look, all the people you name said my favorite rapper is the best rapper. It's a video out. It's a video out of all the people you just named saying that my favorite rapper is the best, and you still ain't named them. I can't believe it.
I don't know. And then I got to really tell you, I'm really not that into rap, so I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna be honest.
And this person
I could be saying my son too.
Look,
my son rap.
when I say this, you're gonna know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
He white.
Eminem?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's dope though. He is dope. I did forget Eminem.
Yes. The guy
I love Eminem. Yeah.
I learned everything I learned as far as rapping from him. Listening to the sound rhyme and playing with words, bending words. But bars. Okay. So you got anything coming out that you want to promote?
Yeah. The new single.
Okay. Tell them the name of it again. Go ahead, break it down.
The Love You Left Behind.
And listen, this look, Soon as I listened to it, I was like, hey, this mug is dope. I had to hit her up. This mug is great. It is amazing. It's powerful. I'm telling you, she put her heart on her sleeve, and you really need to hear this track. I'm going to promote. I'm going to see y'all the Cash App because y'all need to go ahead and get this link. That mug is dope. I'm not lying. It's powerful.
Thank
For
you.
real. So, we got a lot more stuff, but we are finna end it with my one question I like to ask all my guests.
Okay.
When it is all said and done and you are long gone from this earth, what is it that you want the people to know about Felecia?
That I'm real. You may not like what I got to say, but I'm not going to tell you nothing to hurt you. I believe in growth. I believe in each one teach one. I believe in you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I believe that we must give service in order to give service. So that's what I would like to leave on this earth. Like, she is a beautiful soul. She a beautiful being. She real. And that's why I renamed myself Krystal Kleer. Because what you see is what you're going to get. I may have fake nails, little weave, but I'm real, baby.
Bars. Right, right there. Well, yeah, man, like I said, y'all, look, we got a lot of stuff coming up for y'all. So y'all gonna be, man, we doing a podcast, man. It's just a lot. Y'all just stay tuned up in this, bro. For real. And she coming up with
I got more to say, so stay tuned.
Right, stay tuned. So let the people know where they can find you
at Felecia, and that's F3 Lecia on Instagram, Krystal Kleer. Felecia Lindsey House on Facebook, and Krystal Kleer on Snap. Felecia on Twitter.
She's gonna take the house off in a minute.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me tell you something. I was trying to, and they told me no.
No, you cannot change your name. We are in control. This is our platform. I know you was like, oh, you mother, I'm putting cases on all you. But nah, man, thank you for
so my lawyer finna get all that taken care of.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for being on the platform. You already know I'm gonna write the article. I'm interviewing the kids, man. Look, I'm part of the family now for this piece.
Part of the family.
I'm part of the family. Man. But I thank you for this. And we got a lot of stuff coming up, so they're gonna hear about it. So I'm gonna let you know when the article gonna drop also. And you already know we finna be working.
Yes.
All right. You have a good rest of your evening. And
you too.
And we will tap in later. No problem. I always got your back. It's all good.
Oh, you do. Thank you. All right, I got yours, baby.
I already know. Bars. All right. I'll check back with you later.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.